Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday. It is April 11th, 2024. We're not going to go down to Rob's place and see what he's doing because he's been very lazy today. He's been a very lazy man. Now I asked him, I said, you want me to come down and do a video and kind of give people an update? He goes, I haven't gotten that much stuff done. So I said, all right, we'll mess around with that later. Here comes Hella. She had run down here because Mark is out. So we're going to actually go down here and we're going to see the progress that Mark has been making. And actually, he's done some pretty cool stuff. And I'll let him explain it. But we have a very overcast day, as you can see. We have had a tremendous, well, not a tremendous amount of rain, but we've had rain off and on all day long. So that's not been a whole lot of fun. And what are you doing, girly? Did you go down and see Mark? Yeah? All right, baby. So we'll take a walk down here. So I was going to show you one thing here. I had said to Mark, I go, when are you going to clean this up? And he goes, I might just put a deck on that area. And I said, you know what? That would really be a good idea. And I'll show you where we're talking about here. Where you turn into his spot here. It's kind of, a lot of rocks, a little bumpy and all that here. So he's like, I'll just make a deck all the way coming out. I said, that's not a bad idea.
That hump's a lot bigger in the dark.
Yes. Yes, much bigger in the dark. All right. Oh, look at you.
Back to what we were talking about earlier about screwing up and showing screw-ups and stuff.
Right. Woo, that was close.
To begin with.
Don't step on. So first of all, folks, if there's plywood and it's wet, don't step on it, or you will do what Mark just did. He almost did a facial.
Nothing has moved since I started building, but I didn't get everything plumb and square and level.
Okay.
When you can really tell now that I got my plywood on.
Right.
So I got one fixed down here last night.
And wait do you see how he did this, guys? Because I was telling him, I said, we got to show everybody, what you did and how you did it. So, all right, so this post right here. So I'll let you explain.
It was up against here and concreted in and buried. So I had to dig out all around it to where I was level with the bottom of the post.
Okay.
So about 40 foot that way.
The tree with the blue line on it.
I hooked
come along
and toe straps
right
to it, and used come along and toe straps to pull it that way. Then when I got it where I wanted, I rehooked the plywood to it.
Okay.
To it. Then I went from it to 3 trees over that way and pulled it 3.5 inches at the bottom that way.
Okay.
To get it
back to plumb.
To get exactly where it should have been to begin with.
Right. Because you eyeballed it up in the beginning.
And so apparently I have a crooked eye.
Well, it happens. So then he reconcreted underground, guys, and then he refilled in with dirt after that. But he had this whole front part dug out yesterday, and so he had to pull it this way. How far that way did you have?
I had to go 5 inches. I had to move the bottom of it 5 inches that way.
Okay.
And 3 inches that way. 3.5
so
inches. So
5 inches this way, and then 3 inches that way to get it back to plumb. Now, how many more posts do you have to fix?
I have that one there in that corner. If you look, you can see where the difference is in the plywood.
Yep.
About the same one, that one, about 5 inches.
Okay.
That way. It's correct this way.
Okay.
So I'll dig my hole out. I'll unhook it from this piece here. I'll unscrew the plywood.
Okay.
And then it'll get pulled straight out that way, while leaving this support so it can't move it all this way.
Gotcha.
And with the come along, it's an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch of crank. So crank, crank, crank,
Okay, so people are going to ask, and we're gonna head it off in the chat here right now ahead of time. So people are going to say, well, is there a possibility that something could fall down? Could it collapse because of the mistake that you made?
Without supports, if I didn't have supports and it was just beams, possibly. But
Well, when I'm talking, they're going to ask like when you're digging it out.
oh, when I'm digging it out, no, because I have 8 other supports.
Right, all kinds of other areas.
And
So you got to fix that one, and is that the only other one you got to fix?
And that front corner over there that I showed you in the beginning.
Okay, so you have 3 altogether.
Yeah.
So that's actually, so he's already done this one. So this one's been redone, reset. It's in the right spot. You can see the gap there, there where he was off.
So now I'm gonna to fix that. I'm gonna cut a piece that long, put it in here, and then come from here to here with another piece to sister it together.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because the plywood also attaches to this.
Right, okay. So, like I said, guys, mistakes happen. It's easy to do. And so figuring things out and then going, okay, well, I screwed that up. Own it, first of all, which is important.
And I'm not a carpenter.
Well, right, right. Own your mistakes and then fix it and then share with other people, because it's really, really important when you're building something like this to have your foundation plumb before you start doing anything else. I mean, that's the lesson that we learned here, because now you're having to chase behind it and fix things, and it's costing you time and sweat equity and everything else.
And again, if I would have done some cross bracing before,
right,
everything would have been exactly where it should have been in the beginning.
Right.
And I wouldn't be going back redoing everything.
Right. Well, it's 3 out of 8, right?
Yeah, and
or 9? No, it's 9.
3 out of 9. And I mean, it was almost like guessing about where 12 by 16 foot was on the ground for 4 foot off the ground over there and 10 foot off the ground over here.
Okay. So I'm going to show you this on this side, guys, okay? He's got to take care of these over here, and the reason I'm showing you that, because the other side looked exactly the same, and we're going to go back around to that other side, and we're going to take a look at that and see where that one's at, so you can see the difference. But both sides were like this, so that's one of the things that he wanted to.
Go this way?
Oh, okay.
It's easier to go this way.
Okay. All right.
I think, I'm not sure yet, which is why I stole it from the hill. I think the water catch totes are going to go here.
So you're going to build this up.
I'm going to, probably do a little mini deck.
Right, right.
So that they sit flat and level.
Okay. Good idea.
That way they're close, but they're still out of the way.
Right, and they're high. If you have them a little higher up, you can come under if you had to with a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, and a big thing, having them off the ground, I can have pipes and plumbing lower to have drains, so I can get all the water out of the system.
Right.
In the winter when I'm not going to be here. And
right.
Freeze.
All right. So what do we got up here? What did you do?
I got the eaves closed in with a 5 1/4 inch piece, all the way down along underneath the roof edge here.
We're going to come up over here, guys, so you can see it better. So you tightened all that up, and then you got your fascia board.
Yes.
On, and now you're working on getting your gutters on there.
Yes, which I have. I glued the gutter end over there, and then this here by your feet, that's glued. I'm waiting for it to dry up good.
Okay.
Before I put this piece up.
Now, when he put this piece up, I know he did this because I don't even have to ask, but I'm sure he did. He put a slight slant into it, so when the water is hitting this, it's going to roll that way. So when it goes that way and into the tank, it's not going to be sitting up in the gutter. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to put a slight angle.
I could be wrong, but I think they say a 1/2 inch for every 4 foot.
I don't know if it's that much.
Maybe it's a 1/2 inch every 8 foot.
Maybe, yeah.
But
But you do a slight angle so that when the water is hitting the gutter, it's going to travel down.
It just ran out of that end of the gutter above the light right
Oh,
there.
did it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get that slight angle all the way down, and then you have your pipes coming down and feeding into your water tanks, and that's how that's going to go. So, but like I said, guys, it's a lot of work. What he was doing, he was out here last night working on that back post and digging and getting that done, and it was quite a bit.
I got driven. It was past my bedtime, but I was driven and determined.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. How's that ever a bad thing? So now the weather hasn't been terrible today. I mean, this is what we've dealt with like all day: overcast, cloudy, like that, but not a ton of rain.
A sprinkle for 5 minutes every hour, maybe.
Yeah, it's been off and on as far as that goes, but not bad at all. All right, guys, well, this video is long enough. I just want to give an update on Mark's place and what he's doing. So remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that we love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life.
First.
Right. Never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important, and we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one stopping you from reaching your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.